Hey everyone, this is part 2 to the drawing along and the coloring session that is going on over in the Secret Garden Gallery group. And Silvia is handling the coloring part and I'm handling the drawing part. So if you missed yesterday's video, we did this flower and we did a tracing method that you can go and check out in the first video, and you are more than welcome to use the method throughout the rest of the time that we're doing this, but I'm going to change it up a bit and I'm going to show you how I freehand a flower just by looking over at one of her flowers and doing the same thing on this side. So I found that the center over here is about the same as this flower here, center here. So we're gonna draw this flower over on this petal, and I did kind of like a rough sketch on a scrap piece of paper and it kind of came out okay, but we're gonna try to clean up the lines a little bit better and you know, just clean it up and make it a little bit more crisp. So let's get started. So let me center this book. So I'm going to just be gandering over at the flower that I showed you, and slow and steady is basically how you would do this. Now, it's not gonna look exactly like, you know, Johanna's flower, which that's always okay. You know, you kind of want your own flair to it a little bit. Again, nice and slow. And right now I'm just basically drawing the petals out. So now we have our basic shape of the petals, and then we're just gonna embellish. So just like in that flower, you can even change it up a bit if you really want to. And then she does these little striking lines, kind of making a little bit of texture to the flower. You don't have to add them if you don't want to. I just like the way they look. I'm kind of doing mine different lengths just to give it a little cooler of a look. And obviously this is gonna be a little bit, this is just a rough sketch. Let me zoom in for you. All right, now we're just gonna add the leaves. And she basically does them in the middle of each flower. And she kind of gives it a little bit of texture as well. Again, the key to drawing that I've come, you know, to learn is very quick, swift lines. If you go really slow and try to think about it too much, that's when mistakes are made. And if you go really slow, ooh, I went the wrong way. You'll tend to get some messed up lines. So that's why I just always tell people not think about it, and to just go slow. And there we have it. So we're gonna go in ink. Again, I'm gonna use the same level that we used in the first video, 0.2 Staedtler pigment liner. And then you're just gonna go and clean up the lines. Now remember, practice always makes perfect. So if you really aren't comfortable yet drawing on your own, you of course can trace. You know, there's nothing wrong with tracing. A lot of artists do it, and it gets you familiar with how lines go. And after a while of tracing, I'm sure you'll be able to start gaining your confidence to draw on your own. And you'll find when you're tracing over your pencil, maybe you don't like the way something looks, and you'll kind of go differently with your pen. And that's always cool to do, because you can always erase your pencil, and the pencil really only serves as like a guide. So if you're not happy with how something turned out in pencil, that's the beauty of starting in pencil first. You can always change it up as you're going along. We are done. Give that a few seconds to dry. Just like I explained before, we don't want you to go, smearing your image when you go in to erase. And again, the pigment liners by Staedtler, they dry fairly quickly. And then you're just going to go and erase all your lines from your pencil. See, even I make mistakes. I went a little goofy with that one, but that's okay. It gives it some character. And sometimes you'll find that your pen didn't go all the way on certain pencil spots when it erased, so you can always go back and thicken up the pen. And that's all there is to that. So that was fairly simple. And while it may seem very simple to me, sometimes it won't seem simple to others. And I fully understand that. I know I have trouble with that too when I watch some videos. If someone makes it look so much easier than it really is. So if you had trouble, don't fret, just keep practicing with stenciling and tracing, and don't be ashamed of tracing. Everyone does it. Tracing is a way to learn how to draw. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably get rid of that stem line, just like last time. White gel pen. I don't think I mentioned what gel pen I used in the last video. I used a Uniball Signo pen, or Signo. I don't really know how some people say it 2 different ways, but it's a really good opaque gel pen. I actually like it better than my Sakura white gel pen. It hides the black lines so much better. I'm probably gonna have to go back in this with my fine liner just because of how close the stem came to my lines, but that's okay. It's an easy fix. And that should do it. Now I'll just have to wait for that to dry so I can fix it. So I hope you enjoyed day 2 of flowering our little secret garden here. And until the next time when we do another flower, I'm thinking we'll do a little mini one down here. So until then, happy drawing.